Hello, everybody. This is Brandon of ExpeditiousFool.com, putting mindfulness in motion. Also founder of Fellowship of Universal Truth, Yogic Ministries. And what I want to talk about today is a little bit of change in my narrative that I'm going to start doing. For anybody that cares, that's what this message is for. The other day, when I'm channeling messages from Spirit, and I do, different videos on that, I had somebody comment on one of the spiritual pages that I post to. They're like, well, which spirits are you channeling? And, how do you know if they're legitimate? And all of these different, questions, which lets me know, of course, where they're at on their spiritual process and understanding. But also it let me know that I'm not being clear enough. I'm not being specific enough. So I want to clarify that. I also read tarot cards, right? That's part of my business. I do that to help people through their anxieties, to help people that are still caught in the Maya, to come closer and to come further out of that, right? So let me explain a little bit and clarify, and I apologize that this wasn't clear from the beginning. I don't consider myself a psychic. Some people would say that due to the level of perception I have or the fact that I read tarot cards. There's a lot, with that. And that's all for business, right? A lot of people consider that, people that make a living in that way. Well, I'm going to clarify it. I'm not here to make a profit. I am a prophet. Meaning that all of my messages come directly from source, from God. How do I know? Because I've had direct experience. I have direct experience. I have dedicated my entire life, every second. When I wake up, I'm thinking of God and how to serve and how to teach. When I go to bed, I'm thinking of God and how to serve and how to teach. All throughout the middle, I'm thinking of God and how to serve and how to teach. And what do I teach? Whether I'm giving you a tarot reading, I'm teaching breath work, teaching meditation, I'm teaching, we could say yoga, but I'm teaching asana, or I'm teaching this deep yogic understanding, the knowledge of the Upanishads, the Vedantic knowledge, the non-dualistic Advaita Vedanta, any of these things. What I'm teaching you how to be a prophet. So I am making a profit, that's true. Making a profit with the PH. That's what I do. Because I'm not special. I'm sitting here telling everybody right now, I'm a prophet, 100% certainty. And I'm not special. I'm exactly what a human being is supposed to be. That's it. When we set ourselves up in a certain way, with meditation, breath work, the asanas, our dedication. The whole purpose is so we can solely focus only on God. Because when we do that, we get out of the way. We do what we're naturally supposed to do. Now, does everybody become, really perceptive and a great teacher of this knowledge? No, that's not in everybody's cards as far as their dharma. But they do become an antenna. They become an antenna for source, so source can live through them. Therefore, they become living service of source, of God, goddess, however you define it, it doesn't matter. And to me, that's a prophet. Again, with the PH. And as far as energy, because that's the only currency I really think about, that's a prophet with the F, because currency, energy, if I can bring just one more person out of the thousands that I talk to, out of the hundreds that I work with personally, if I can bring just one more person to the same understanding, that transcendence of suffering, that liberation, where you have became a channel. If I can bring one person, the profit in energy for the world is immense. and my whole work is done. From the time that I started this a couple years ago, professionally, all the way till the end of my life, no matter how long I live, if that entire time I only reach one person in the deepest ways where they figure out how to go into this, because truthfully, you're your own guru inside. I can only facilitate. I can only let you know what I've been through. But if I can only get one person doing that, it's all been a profit. It's worth every bit of my life to carry that on and helps one, even just one other person, like I said. That's the reason why I try so hard. Right? That's my service to the world. I figured it out. My service is to orate, to let other people know, to teach. You get in a class with me, I'm able to look at the different levels that everybody's at and try and pull something personal to them. So hopefully it will hit home. I have no problems teaching the same lesson over and over and over again. That's my service. It's what I'm here to do in order to really drive it home for one person, because maybe the third time they hear it, it comes through better. And that's also why I can't water down the truth. So any of you out there that are trying to get to this level or trying to understand spirituality deeper, please don't give up. Don't give up. And don't let anybody sway you from saying things like, I'm a prophet, when you get there. We haven't had any prophets, right, in a long, long time for humanity. Now, is that true? No. But everybody's afraid to say it. Just as John the Baptist way back when was afraid to say it, right? Well, they beheaded him for it. Kind of makes an impact, right? Kind of sits on that collective consciousness energy for really, really heavily, right? The Jesus came through, he got crucified, right? Ouch, that's rough. Buddha, when he finally found out the understanding, his followers left him. There's not a lot of profit in being a prophet. And that scares people. Because if you haven't transcended the body and the mind, you're still thinking of survival, which means you're thinking of followers, you're thinking of financial gain, you're thinking of all of these things. If I wanted to be financial, I would still do the 3D world that I did, because I made a whole lot more doing that. What I do is service. It's only for service. So I'm not a psychic, I'm a prophet. And the only spirit I deal with is the only spirit there is, ever was, and ever will be. And it's the spirit that is in every single thing here. And a lot of people in the spiritual world talking about starseeds, and I work with this spirit, and I work with that spirit. They're all the same. That's just different levels of Maya, which is illusion. So anytime you're working with a different spirit, understand that in its jiva, in its atman, its soul, that's powered by something. That's powered by the para-atman. What is the para-atman? God, source, soul. That is the soul. So even the soul is just a different sheath. It's just a different body. That's it. So, like I said, I've also been called a Conman by a few folks when I start speaking about how I've transcended suffering. And that can be linked a lot of times with the term psychic. So again, I no longer identify as a psychic. And I am here to make a profit. But I'm here to make a profit with the PH. Money doesn't matter. A pebble and a pile of gold is equally as valuable. They can't do anything for me. So again, I just want to put this video out there to make it crystal clear exactly why I'm here, why I'm still in this mortal coil, and what I'm here to do. And yeah, like I said, I hope, and it is up to the source that channels through me and lives in everything else, that I am able to make a profit.